and today we are making a Caesar salad. And so I'm just starting off with a nice big loaf of fresh bread, and you can either cut it or I like to pull it apart into like little bite-sized pieces, and so I just find it easier. And then you're gonna season it up on the pie tray and bake it for the croutons. This is probably the unhealthiest part of the meal for me because I usually eat half of the bread while I am making the croutons. I'm a bread person, I can't help it. Okay, now that your bread is completely cut up, you're just gonna drizzle it with some extra virgin olive oil, and you're just gonna drizzle it all over the bread. And once it's in there, you're just gonna mix it up so that it soaks into all the bread. Okay, and you're just gonna wanna salt, pepper it, and even put a little bit of garlic powder. And so I'll sprinkle my pepper on it, put it all over. My hands are a bit greasy right now from all the olive oil, so it's a little bit hard to twist this knob there. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of garlic powder on it. And it doesn't call for this in the recipe, but as you know, I love cheese, so I'm gonna even sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on it. Okay, and so you're just going to put it in the oven at 400 for about 10 minutes or until golden brown. And before I do that, I have to just give it a taste, make sure it's good. Those are some top-notch croutons, I gotta say. And now I'm just going to put them in the oven. Okay, and we're going to be making a homemade dressing today, and you're going to want to start off with 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard. Personally, I'm not a mustard fan. I don't like mustard in my daily life, but I do really like this dressing. And so after the Dijon mustard, you're going to be putting in your garlic. And it only calls for about 2 cloves of garlic, but I love garlic, so I put more like 5 or 6 in, just because garlic is my cup of tea. And after the garlic, you're going to be adding your anchovy paste. And even though it doesn't give a fishy taste, which is really surprising, meaning that you use 2 teaspoons of anchovy paste, there's no fishy taste. Now that you've added your 2 teaspoons of anchovy paste, you're going to be adding 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And all that's really left to add is your cheese and your olive oil. Okay, and you're just going to want to whisk all of this together until it is nice and smooth. And then you're going to be starting to drizzle in your olive oil. And I'm doubling the recipe today because I'm having a big family dinner tonight, so I want as much dressing as I can get. And so now that this is mixed, I'm going to start adding the olive oil. Okay, and I'm also going to add about a handful of Parmesan cheese, and I'll be saving the rest for the salad, but I'm just going to add a little bit in here to give it a nice texture. Just a little bit more, you know? I love cheese, so more the merrier. There we go. And it looks like our dressing is done. Okay, now that your lettuce is completely chopped, you're going to be able to add the nice fresh dressing into it. And I'm just going to stir it about, make sure it's combined, and I'm just going to start pouring it in and mixing it as I do. And I don't know if I want to use all the dressing because I don't want the lettuce to drown in it, but I want it to have a nice coating of dressing. But honestly, just use as much as you really like. And now that you've added all of your dressing, or about as much as you want. You can start adding in your Parmesan cheese. And I have about a cup of Parmesan cheese here that I'm just gonna sprinkle throughout the lettuce. And then I get to add my favorite part, the croutons. Okay, and now that I have added it to my plate, I get to have a bite of it, which is honestly my favorite part. Get a crouton in there. Delicious.